All right, welcome in everybody. Who would like to recap the very eventful session from last week for inspiration?
I can.
I, I don't think anyone else is stepping up. If you don't want to, I can do it a different way.
I can. I can. I just inspiration is valuable and I don't want to be taking other people's excuse me, opportunities to earn it. Um but I will. Um uh so if I recall correctly, we started out by rescuing a satyr, Winterbow, centaur, centaur, Winterbow, from some redcaps. That was easy enough. Court got booted in the chest with knives so many times. Um, and I know if it was only twice, but that felt like a lot to have that happen to one person. Um, Winterbow then took us to a safe haven, which was the region outside of the Wayward Pool, which was the quote unquote lair of a unicorn named Lamorna. Right? Lamorna? Yes.
Mm.
Um, who keeps her lair protected from dark fae, um, unseelie fae. Um, um, she is in mourning at the loss of her mate Eladon, um, uh, and would not allow anyone to see her. We then tracked down the merry. Are they called the Merry Children? Is that what they're called?
I believe the official name is the Getaway Gang.
The Getaway Gang. Holy shit, that's so good. In their walking hideout, Little Oak the Treant. Um, we spoke with Will and his cool friends, and found that they had rescued Star, who does not seem to have aged at all in their time in the Fae. Um, Will explained his plan to us, which is that he needs someone to distract Nightshade in the market while he sneaks into the mill to rescue the kids. It's been made mention that there's a Jabberwock that guards. I think that note might be related to uh 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 Zabilna. Never mind, that's a different note. Um, um, we learn about a Jabberwocky that is or Jabberwock that is guarding the castle, and I'm pretty sure that's Zabilna's castle. Unrelated. Um, we also learned that some of Will's friends had a plan to disguise themselves as a unicorn to try to sneak into Lamorna's lair, um, and found out that part of their disguise was the horn of Eladon, which we then like used as an offering to speak to Lamorna. Lamorna said that she gave us a whole bunch of information. Basically, that like if we can find Eladon, he will be an ally to us. It was only by his horn's power that the hags were able to split Prismeer. Um, she offered her place as refuge for the getaway gang once they have rescued the children. She also mentioned that there is someone named Amandor or Amandor. I emphasis. I have no idea. Uh, who might be able to help us. Um, um, I think that is everything. Oh, she also offered that if we become cursed while duking it out with Nightshade, the waters of the Wayward Pool will cure us.
Yep, that about covers it. There was a lot, but to confirm, the Jabberwock was said to be guarding the palace, not Nightshade's place here in Thither.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I will
Mhm.
move that note to the appropriate section.
Um, and she tell you about Indar? I guess she did. Um, okay, we pick up. You have crossed over from the island at the center of the Wayward Pool, where the rainbow flame had summoned Lamorna to you all. Uh, the way across the pool itself is fairly long, definitely at least a couple hundred feet, and the mists that sort of lay thick on the water's surface, but somehow are not cold or unwelcoming. They are sort of like uh, a cloud or a soft blanket around you as the lily pad makes its way over the water's surface, with Lamorna following behind you. Uh, she sort of salutes you all, not you know, with her stance, and then sort of and then heads back towards the island where you found her and into the mists. You are standing on the edge of the lake itself, still some distance from the barrier that Lamorna has said she will at some point bring down so that Will and any of the children that he rescues and the others of the getaway gang may take refuge in the pool. Uh, the sky above you is still filled with the orange through purple sort of setting, maybe even raising sun, twilight sky of the Feywild, and the trees ahead of you seem somehow taller than they were before. I just noticed that some. Okay, never mind. I know who that is. Oliver, the Among Us on the map. Um, you had been dropped off not far from here by Little Oak and the rest of the getaway gang, who had been staying on the move to avoid Granny Nightshade's patrols, whether those are red caps or the things they have called tin soldiers. You do know that some distance to the east, near one of the many rings of toadstools that you have seen scattered throughout thither, they will be waiting for you to return to them and then finalize your plans to assault, visit, reconnoiter, to go to Loom Lurch and deal one way or another, whether it is dealing or dealing with Granny Nightshade. As uh, as Lamorna disappears, and as you make your way across the cleared area, where the barrier once again, as you step through, sort of feels almost like a sheet hanging in the air, an invisible, an invisible, not really force, but just with enough tension that you can feel it as you pass through and realize you are on the other side. The sounds of wildlife and everything return louder than when you were uh, on the sheltered side of the barrier, and uh, the chirping of insects, the tweeting and hooting of various kinds of birds. And with the sound comes the same feeling of being watched, as though there are eyes upon you, but nothing jumps out. There's no immediate threat, just sort of the hair standing up on the back of your neck, or that sort of feeling that something just at the corner of your eye, lurking out of sight, is watching you. Y-
Hmm?
Sorry, I thought I was about to cut someone off. Um, you You set out for the meeting place with Will of the Feywild and Little Oak, and you have gone not very far, maybe 50, 60 or so feet into the forest when a voice calls out from somewhere. You're not it's sort of echoing in the tree line. It's definitely coming from above you somewhere, but it is impossible even for Arlen with the highest past perception of the group to pin down exactly where. Just a rough sort of guttural voice calling out. So I need the horn to get to that other unicorn. Nightshade wants her, so I just want you to know of a crossbow pointed at the little one. Leave the horn on the ground, walk away, and no one has to get hurt.
I'd like to see you try to hit me with that crossbow. Just because I'm little doesn't mean I'm not quick.
You know, there are two of you little ones.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you really want to risk
Well, Court's
finding
pretty
out?
quick, too. Look, man, if we're going to cut to the chase, we're not going to give you the horn. So, might as well come on out and, we can settle this and you can just leave and everything will be fine.
Well, that's unfortunate because I need that because the League needs the other one. So,
The League?
last chance, set it down. This thing goes away. And you can go on with your merry way. You don't need that to deal with the hags, so good luck.
Gonna reach in my bag and minor illusion a unicorn horn and set it on the ground. And then back away from it a little bit. Okay, come on out. It's right here. Promise we won't do anything.
Right, how how big a fool do you really expect? I mean, it's clearly an illusion.
No, yeah, if you had felt for that, then that would have been pretty bad.
Right. We're doing this then, huh?
I mean, that's up to you.
Oh, yes, we don't have to. You can just come out and speak with us in person.
You
I think
are you are clearly a skilled tactician. Perhaps you should come out and play a game of chess for the horn.
Oh no.
yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that. There is no surprise because obviously you guys have been having a conversation with this individual.
Do we have an approximate direction the voice is coming from?
Behind you to this side would be the Wayward Pool, where the direction you have come from, I should say. Imagine that north is. I can't draw, but it's. Oh wait, I can do it. I can do it. Eh, that way. That's the way you all have been heading.
Oh, hey, the dark mode, the items are not like as red anymore. They're like a soft pink.
Oh,
They're still the red dragon, but
this layer so I can select this thing and hit this button.
I like that Oliver rolled a nat 1 and still is gonna be before me. I like that for him. I think that's delightful.
Okay. Um,
Oh shit! I did have a spell that I wanted to cast before this kicked off. It's too late.
no,
We're fine.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Detect thoughts.
Oh boy, I gotta.
Oh wait, hold on. I actually have to remember if I don't think this will actually work. No, never mind. I will not do that. It just tells me if there are thinking creatures, not where they are. I was like debating on like they've got to have a divination something or other, and the only thing I was thinking of was if he's got magic on them, then maybe, but I don't know. So
Once you detect the presence of a creature in this way, you can read its thoughts for the duration. Oh yeah, okay, so it doesn't tell you
Even
where
if you
it is.
can't see it.
yeah, just whether or not Wolf would be within 30 feet of me, pretty much.
Sure enough, Arlen, a crossbow bolt comes sailing. Okay, that terrified me for a second. The damage is glitched and it's not actually rolling. It just gave me some exorbitantly large number,
Oh no.
and I moused over and okay. Sure enough, a crossbow bolt does come flying out of the tree line, directly ahead of you, almost. A 23 will hit. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
15.
That will pass. So it is 7 piercing damage and 12 poison damage.
7 piercing and 12 poison.
Mm-hmm. And oddly enough, with no ability to hide as a bonus action, through the trees and nestled up against the trunk about 20, maybe 30 feet up, you can spot a rather short and broad half orc who is probably no more than 5 feet tall. He is wearing very, excuse me, very drab colored linen clothes all over, blending somewhat into the tree line. He has a light crossbow, which he is yanking back the string on with another hand, with one hand, as he sort of begins to place another bolt onto the crossbow. Right, we can try this again. Put down the horn, walk away.
Hey, look, okay, I wasn't actually ready for that time. I'll be ready next time. Let's see, my bardic inspiration is a D8. Okay. I'm gonna roll on my Spirit Tales table. 2, a 2, a 2, a 2. Don't you come down here and face me like a real bandit, 1-on-1. And I'm gonna move his direction. My speed, which I think is 35. No, it's 30. Oh, back up, dude. And then I just gotta check the range on this. I don't think he's within 30 feet of me. No. In that case, I will just cast a Mind Sliver.
Mm, okay. That he will barely save.
All right.
You can see him wince as the spell starts to land, but does shake his head and shake it off. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Banner.
Banner will take his action and his movement to move 60 feet and probably mumble something about foolish person does not know must remain silent to conduct an ambush. I am coming. And that is it for Banner.
Court.
I'm just going to. Come on. Come on up there. And and I'll fly a bit closer, flying speed. And I will shoot in that general direction. I can't see him, right?
You can see him. He is
Oh,
he is
okay.
up in the tree, but he is visible.
Okay. Then I will. Oh,
The bolt will thunk into the tree by him, fortunately, and then
gotcha.
disappear.
That's it.
Anything else? Okay. Hemlock.
I will first move up to stand nearer to Arlen and say, I do wish you wouldn't go to killers. And then I'm going to with my wand hand um draw a sigil in the air out of dark mist that will fly and brand itself into him. I'm gonna hex him.
Okay.
Go hex him. Um, and then immediately follow that with a couple of Eldritch blasts.
Which ability check?
Let's do strength. And let's do 18.
That will hit.
Ooh, oh, baby. And then the second one. Oh, goddamn. Jesus. Okay.
Good lord.
That's a 31, I think.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
He's not quite bloodied, but he does definitely spit up a little blood as he brings the crossbow back up. Bandit. Well, now that's just insulting. I'm just a killer, like your friend here. And he is going to fire a crossbow at you, Hemlock, because that messed him up pretty good. That is a
My
23
AC
to
is
hit.
12.
Oh,
I'm gonna cast a spell called Silvery Barbs and make him re-roll that. Oh, hey, I said it's you and me, fella. Come on, now. He has to re-roll that and take the lower roll.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give myself advantage against him.
Okay. On your next attack roll, ability check or saving throw within a minute. Okay. That will still hit.
Mhm, I
So
figured.
I will
I
need a
I
Constitution saving throw from Hemlock.
I might be able to shield.
Uh, it's
Okay, I
it's
will not. It's not worth it.
it's still well beyond shield.
Okay, okay.
This is against poison, so I believe with Infernal Constitution you have advantage on this save.
I do. Uh-huh. Yay! No
That will
bless
do it.
though. Take off the
So
luck
it is
leaf.
7 piercing and 12 poison.
Okay. Oh, that's still. Wait, is it 12 and then halved?
Yes, because you have resistance. It's
Yes.
originally the 12 is from the save, and then it'll be
Mhm.
6 for you because of resistance.
All right. So that's a 7
13.
and 6. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And that con save. Oh. Okay.
And you see him climb up a little bit in the trees. He is moving along tree branches and trying to back up, but he is not able to hide still. Kind of strange that these don't get a bonus action hide. But I guess that would be anyway. Arlen, you are up.
Oh, you punk. He moved just out of range. Can I do anything about that? I will just move up 30 feet and try to cast. Let's see. No, I don't want him to run away. Why would I cast that spell? I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern. Make him make a Wisdom save.
A wisdom save. Ooh, these are. All right. The twisting colors of your spell hit him. He is moving along the branches of the tree, and he just stops. And sort of his arms sort of drop to his side, and he just sort of stands there, drools a little bit.
I did forget about that part where I was trying to stop him from running away, but I forgot that all of your turns are before my turn.
Let's just
Before his
run.
turn.
Let's just go.
I mean, we've got a minute.
Let's run.
Anything else for Arlen?
That's it.
Banner, you are up. You guys have basically a minute, assuming that Arlen maintains concentration and no one is
Mhm.
breaking him out of it.
I am going to use my movement to get to the base of the tree he's in. I will use my action to climb up as much as I can in that tree, which I
Climbing is
believe is
based.
just 15 feet.
Okay.
And so I don't know how much higher up he is than that, but I am
He is
approaching
only
him.
about he's only about 5 feet above you at this point. He was
Okay.
20-ish feet up in the tree.
Great.
Court. This half orc who has tried to ambush you has sort of noticeably stopped and is just standing there facing away from you still.
No, yeah, I'll follow suit to go help out Banner. Uh, come over here and then fly on up here. Um, and I assume I'm going to attempt to grapple him with my tiny little arms.
You will succeed. He cannot resist you while he is incapacitated.
Okay, so that's what I do. Just like give him essentially a big old hug.
He is. You can feel a couple of short swords on his belt. Certainly a number of daggers tucked in hidden places. Uh,
Can I
he does
bonus
smell
action take
somewhat
those
like
away from him?
starting to you can begin to disarm him, but there's quite a bit.
Okay, I'll take a few out, but resume grappling.
Good luck.
I'm AFK, but I am going to just go to the base of the tree with a movement and possibly dash.
Okay.
If I hold an action, then I lose my concentration on Hex, and I don't want to do that.
Got it. There we go. He on his turn is incapacitated and can do nothing. Arlen.
Uh, I will also make my way to the tree. I'll give a bardic inspiration to Court,
Yeah.
and then I'll use my action to a hoppity hip. Oh, that's a bonus action actually. Dang it. Then I'll just use my action to dash and try to climb the tree as much as I can as well. And just kind of like sit on the branch next to this guy. I don't know if I can get all the way up there though. I do not have a climbing speed.
Okay. Climbing at that point is basically twice, so you would be able to 5 to the tree and then what, 10
Be like
up the
10 feet
tree?
up.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, did you use an action? Because if not, if you wanted to dash, you could get up to where he is on the tree.
I had to
I
dash to
forgot.
move any more than where I am right now, so like I'll have to dash
okay.
to climb the tree.
Got it.
That's it.
Banner, you are able to climb a further 5 feet up, taking
Mhm.
10 feet of your movement and be on the same level as this guy.
And I will tie his arms behind his back.
Okay. I don't even know. I think they suggest sleight of hand for tying rope, but
I've seen survival and sleight of hand.
yeah, either one of those, if you would like to,
Okay.
just to give me a baseline for
Yep.
a possible escape. Okay. With him basically incapacitated for another 8 rounds at least, and you guys already around him to tie him up, I'm going to go ahead and drop us out of initiative. You have captured this half-orc assassin who you are able to fully disarm him of a very well made but probably not magical light crossbow, a pair of short swords, and a half dozen daggers secreted away in various parts of his clothing. You also find a a small leather like a folding case containing 3 glass vials, one with a silvery concoction in it, and 2 others with a somewhat familiar reddish liquid sloshing around inside.
Sorry, 2 red, and then what was the other one?
Silver.
I'll just detect magic and get the gist of that one.
Definitely magic. It is illusory magic.
Okay. Ooh.
Hey, Banner Court, y'all want to bring him down to the ground? And Arlen like hops down to the ground.
I will tie the rest of my rope, some around his ankles and the other end around the tree branch, and I will push him off the branch.
I was really hoping you would just push him out of the tree. Yeah.
I think that's probably enough to snap him out of this spell, as
Yeah.
the rope
Dangling
goes
upside down.
tight around his legs, and he there is you can hear the rope snap as not snap as in break,
Ooh.
but snap as in like go taut. As this weight, the as you push him, you realize that he's he may be short, but he is fairly broad, and
Dense.
the rope. Yeah, that's a good word for it. The rope, you can sort of hear it straining under his weight, suddenly rushing down. But once then he is sort of swaying back and forth, the cowl sort of falling off to reveal a somewhat bald gray head. Um, I have a handout for this guy. Oop.
Oof.
Oh my
Yeah.
That's
god.
neat.
I like him.
Arlen's gonna come up and kind of just like slap his cheeks, kind of gently, not like hitting him, but all right, wake up, wake up. So you see, me and my pals here, we got some questions for you. First up, who's this league you're talking about?
I'm not saying nothing. You don't scare me, kid. They
I'm
scare
not
me.
scare you. I
You
mean, but
don't.
look at that guy, and he points over a banner.
Hello.
All right, it'd be maybe scary if it wasn't polite.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
All right. The initial surface thoughts. He is very clearly scheming of how he can escape. He realizes he is disarmed. You do get the sense that he is already trying to work his way out of the bonds that you guys have on him.
If I hear one rope snap, I will kill you.
This guy's even scarier, honestly. Like, he hasn't even gone ghost yet.
I do some jazz hands.
See, us two, the little guys, we're the nice ones. So you might as well, talk to us before
Son
things
of a-
get.
Sorry. I just scrolled down enough to see bonus action. This dude can try to hide. Oh,
Oh. Oops.
It kind of sounded like he had the assassin build, and I was like, the assassin can definitely do that, but I don't want to backseat.
fun fact: the assassin creature actually can't.
Oh, I think it's just they have they have other bonus action stuff. I'm so sorry that happened to you though.
Head.
It's fine.
I mean,
But no, the actual assassin, which is what I buffed him up a bit using, does not get that. The monster, I mean, the monster version. Weird.
Oh.
They get the sneak attack and evasion stuff. So anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, he's calling us nice, but I think I have the highest kill count here. I'm not super proud of it, but it's the fact.
he is sort of swaying back and forth. Oh, really? What's your count, kid?
Don't answer that question. I
Good, because
would
I don't have one.
I would again like to know of this gang you've mentioned.
Look, you can tell us before or after we cut your hand off.
I got 1 minute on this clock.
The initial he does say, "Oh, you mean the League then?" And you do see a mental image of a number of faces flashing through. There is a human woman with dark hair. There is an older human man with a very long white beard. There is another human man with short curly hair and a sort of sycophantic smile on his face. And then the last face, well, it's not really a face at all. And this is the one that sort of is accompanied by a sense of, if not, it's not fear so much as recognition of all the faces that have popped through. This is probably the one that is the biggest threat to this guy that is hanging upside down. All you see is a winged helmet with two red eyes staring back. Yeah, the League. Friends of mine that are running this place. You probably don't want to mess with them. Tell you what, cut me down. I'll be on my way. We'll just forget this all happened.
What does this helmed figure want in thither?
I didn't say nothing. Hey, get out of my head.
I think
flick
we're in the
my
place of
eyebrows.
power here.
He's not the one you need to worry about. He's just the hired muscle. Scary as fuck, but he's just the muscle.
Who was he hired by?
One what's in charge. And the face of the bearded old man is what pops through his mind with this individual in the winged helm, and you can vaguely see plate armor and a flaming sword just sort of standing behind him like a
Jesus.
bodyguard.
Right. And this leader, what does he want then?
What does anybody and everybody want here? Power.
Who does he plan to take it from? Because it certainly won't be us.
No, it won't be you. Even till today, I had no idea you were even here. Right, you can cut me down now. Be on my way. Right, yep.
You seem
What do
to
you
have
plan
a
on doing?
fundamental misunderstanding of the current situation.
Where are you
If we
planning on
cut you
going
down,
now?
it will be after you are dead. Unless, of course, you cooperate.
I'm talking. I am cooperating. They don't pay me enough to die for them.
I don't.
What is your name?
Zarek.
And how many people are in the league?
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. I don't remember.
Or
We're not exactly bosom buddies here. They hired me to do a job.
And you failed.
Not yet. Day's young, I think. Hard to tell here, but and he seems completely unperturbed as he continues to sort of swing back and forth uh from the rope on this tree
Banner
branch.
Banner will light a cigarette.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand there and let it smoke for a little bit.
So, what's the league got to do with Granny Nightshade? Y'all buddies, pals, enemies?
I mean,
What's the scoop?
what's it worth to you?
Banner would like to use his left nostril as an ashtray.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
He definitely begins to scream in pain. Right. Hey, just talking. What?
More cooperation, please.
Either you kill me or the league kills me for ratting him out. Makes no matter to me, but if you sweeten the pot, I can just leave.
Well, I will sweeten the pot by saying that if you cooperate, I won't tie you to my box and continue to use your nose as my ashtray.
Yeah, I smack him with my little hands.
He does attempt to at even as he is swinging, sort of like flail at you, but you do smack him.
Are you sure?
I mean, he's tied up and swinging back and forth, so pretty sure. I mean, it's not a great smack. You fumble a little bit because the timing is a little off, but I mean, if I'm supposed to be worried about that, I mean, they'll do worse. So
I mean,
what did
look,
they
where are you
want
gonna
with
go,
this
bud?
horn?
what?
What he said. What did y'all want with this horn?
I need the horn to get to the other unicorn.
Yes, that's. And what would you do with the other unicorn?
I mean, kill it. That's why I'm here.
Oh, well, bad news for you. The other unicorn is not there.
Worst news for you. You are absolutely going to die now.
Are you following that up with something, or?
No. In
Okay.
fact, what
Okay.
I follow it up with is, you may now either tell us, or we may tell us what we'd like to know, and continue answering questions, or we should pry the answers from your corpse. Either thing is not particularly difficult.
Can you at least cut me down? All the blood is rushing to my head. It's starting to hurt.
Certainly. If someone has a knife, they're welcome to use it. Otherwise, I'm blasting it with magic.
Um, Yeah, I've got a hand axe I'll use, and that will give me the opportunity to grapple him before I cut him down.
Okay.
And that is the plan.
You wrap an arm around Zarek's body and uh, chop through the rope that has him dangling from the tree. He sort of goes roughly limp, like you know how you do when
Mhm.
um, there's a term for it. I forget what it's called. He's clearly trying to make things more difficult for you.
Right. Trying to
As
dead
you,
weight.
yeah, he's trying to be dead weight.
Right. I will sit him on the ground and just keep a hand on his shoulder.
Where is this league?
They're up in the palace.
The palace.
The palace.
And what interest have they in the palace?
Palace itself? Nothing really. One of the old Codger's rivals was there speaking with the Fae what used to run this place when the hags did their thing. So he came here looking for a piece of what the old man is carrying.
When you say, I want to make sure I'm understanding what he just said. He said, old guy. I'm assuming he's referring to the old man in his mind. Went to go speak with Zabilna. Is that the sentence structure I'm understanding correctly?
Um, as the detect thoughts sort of fades, you get an image of a different old man.
Okay.
This one has an even longer beard and wears an extremely eccentric looking cowl and is wielding in one hand an extremely ornate staff. And you get a brief glimpse of the older man that you had first seen, uh, just absolutely coveting the did I say that? Coveting the
Mhm.
staff that the second old man is carrying. Um, look, League's got it out for some other group. I don't know, old rivals or something. I was hired in late, never met him before. Those, I don't know, do-gooders call them. Who knows? All I know is my boss hates him. Hates the old guy that runs him. Wants everything he's got. Came here to get it. I'm the new guy. They just hired me to get the unicorns. Really, the only real threat to the plans, as far as I know. They're the only thing in this place strong enough to resist the hags. As well as you saw.
And is it the intention then of the. Why don't you give us the name of the League's master just so we don't have to be distasteful with pronouns?
His name is Kellic. He's I don't know. He's not from here in the Fae. Some old Oerthian group. I don't know.
Just taking notes. And this other mage, was he allies with Zybilna, or just seeking audience?
I don't know. By the time I got here, everything was already done.
Wouldn't happen to know his name?
I don't. I just know Kellic hates him.
Would you believe that Kellic might be willing to ally with the hags in order to get what he wants? Or do you believe these to be separate matters?
Oh no, they're definitely Team Hag.
Right. And you say the League is within the palace currently?
Last I saw.
Very well. And are there others who have been hired as yourself to acquire this horn?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't exactly have the old man's complete trust. I doubt it. The process of moving everybody over here seems taxing.
Very well. I believe this Zarek has met his usefulness to us. What do you all think?
I'll just be on my way then.
Oh, you wished to slay a unicorn?
Job's a job.
That is unfortunate for you. I look at everyone else and wait for someone to either say anything else to him or to move first.
It's just
Uh,
looking with wide eyes.
Arlen's gonna just kind of like grab your shoulder and like pull you aside a little bit. Maybe we just like, I don't know, don't give him his weapons or his potions back and let him go. I mean, this definitely feels like murder at this point.
Arlen, you're absolutely correct. However, it is utterly important that Lamorna remains safe.
No, yeah, you got a point.
Banner, go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even trained in acrobatics, they cannot escape. He does basically attempt to roll out of your grip,
Mm-hmm.
but you just sort of clamp down on his shoulder, and he is unable to escape.
Easy, friend. It will all be over soon.
No, 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 no. I answered your questions. I'm gonna go.
You answered the question, so it would end quickly, no?
No.
Oh, you believe that you would just go back to your old friends and perhaps regroup and try again? Maybe come back with reinforcements?
What, you think there's an... Yes. That's exactly it. They'll come looking for me. Best to let me go.
Well, then they will find you right here. And I will try and choke him out.
Ooh,
Make one final athletics check. Chance. Come on, D&D Beyond, stop. When I click a skill, it's to roll it, not because I need a description of it. You get your arms around his neck and start to sink in the choke,
Mhm.
and he just drops down and slips out of your grip and is about to take off running. We will jump back into initiative. That is a bad time for you, buddy.
Roll the same fucking thing twice.
All right. Court. Zarek has dropped out of Banner's grip. His arms, however, are still tied, or his hands are still tied together. And he is very clearly trying to make a break for the forest. Oof, that will hit. He is still next to Banner, so you will get sneak attack here.
say again?
I said he is still next to Banner, so you will get your sneak attack damage.
Oh, shit.
Y'all's damage numbers are on fire. Just anything else?
That is it.
Okay. Arlen.
It's been over a minute, hasn't it? Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Doo. I will use the story that I got from that roll on my dice, the renowned duelist, to make an attack against him. A little ghost. Oh, I don't have advantage. Damn it. A little ghost with a rapier comes out and tries to stab at him and misses.
Bonus action or anything?
I will give a bardic inspiration to Banner.
All right.
That's it. Oh, I'm actually gonna move and get like over on this side of him.
Hey.
Right there. That's it.
He will. He is going to try to run as far as he can. He will disengage. And he can dash as a bonus. So 1, 2. This man's actual speed stat. I didn't really think to. I can actually just click and bring up his sheet. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. But it is not going to be far enough to get away from everything. He does begin to run through the just he basically rolls along the ground. Slips his hands in front of him at the very least. He doesn't get them actually apart, but he does get them in front of him. And he takes off running through the forest. you can still see him. Even though the trees are thick, he is moving. He does stand out. There is some cover over him, but he is booking it full speed. Banner.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Okay. Action to dash. Anything else?
Mhm.
Bonus action or anything?
No, that's it.
Okay. Hemlock.
Run after. I am going to curse him again.
Okay.
Black mist darting through the trees, branding him, and then I will attack him with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh, I'm actually gonna use an inspiration for that.
Okay.
Damn.
Oof.
Okay. And then 15. Yeah, I'll leave that.
Those will both miss.
Oh, damn.
The tree lines, or the trees obfuscating him, sort of throw off your aim just enough. I mean, the bolt just catches a branch right next to his torso.
All right. That's it.
Court.
Yeah. Uh, do I need to weave through trees or anything, or am I good to go in a straight line?
No, you can go in a straight line.
Okay, 30 walking,
You are
and
technically weaving around trees and all that, but these aren't 5-foot wide trees, so map wise, straight lines.
then flying speed. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him again since I have it at the ready.
Okay, when you move, you get either your walking or your flying speed, unless you want to dash.
Dash.
It's still okay. I was just I didn't know if you wanted to do something
I
else.
did not know that.
It's okay. Either way, you are still good to shoot this guy. God. Oh my God. My dog just passed gas and I'm dying. Holy shit.
No.
Go ahead and shoot, Court. You're good.
Oh, I forgot to say the skill I want to have disadvantage on is Dex.
Okay. I was carrying over from last time, I figured, so.
Yeah, I wanted
Good
to
to know
change
that.
it. Because he's a wiggly motherfucker.
Oh, hold on. I'm scrolled all the way up, so I did not see you shoot him for some reason. That will hit. You will get sneak attack because Banner is next to him.
Even though I bonus action dashed?
Yeah, because Banner is next to him, you have an ally within 5 feet of the target. You don't need advantage on the roll. So you do get your.
Nice.
Ooh, he is looking very, very bad. Arlen.
Arlen will move up 30 feet. And just cast another Mind Sliver.
That is a save.
Alright. And that's it for me.
Okay. Okay. He's. Okay. He will disengage again and run off into the forest some distance, and when he is reasonably certain, he will attempt to hide as a bonus action. And I think that's not enough for at least one of you. Yeah, okay. So ducking around tree branches and sliding under low roots or fallen logs, he does seem to. You do lose track of him. All of you except for Arlen. Arlen, your passive perception still beats his pretty damn good stealth check, but not good enough. He has gone. I'm trying to scroll up, but I can't because I'm just gonna slide everybody down real quick. I think I could just arrow key you all down, right? Heck yeah.
Scooch.
Because he took the time to disengage and to hide, he has not gone off very far, but he is basically hoping that you all will pass over him, and he can double back and run away. That is it. He is hidden from the rest of you at the moment, but that's it's not hard for not Hemlock, Arlen, to point him out to the rest of you. So yeah, I guess he's not really hidden. He tried, but it was just not enough. Banner. By 1 point.
Okay.
By
So let me actually measure this. So I'm going to start heading this way. And are you saying that Arlen can basically bark out where he is and direct me to him?
essentially, yeah.
Okay.
He attempted to hide, and if this were anything other than like a chase type thing, he would be essentially hidden. But it's
Okay.
combat, and
Right. Well, I'll let you make the call on this because essentially, assuming that he was completely hidden, right? I would have just ran 60 feet in that direction, just as far as I could, just hoping that I'd either stumble across him or, that I'd overpass him, right? And so I'd be able to see him if he got up and tried to run again. But if you're saying that Arlen can just direct me to where he's hiding, then yeah, I'll just park right next to him and start trying to beat the crap out of him.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
hello.
mean, Arlen definitely sees him. So if Arlen calls that out, I don't want to put words in Arlen's mouth.
Yeah, I will.
Otherwise, he would be hidden from you.
Well, you could have made this easy, and if just remember, I asked if you wanted to play chess, and I will start taking some swings. If there's one,
That will hit. And how would you like to finish off Zarek the Assassin?
I would like to make a fist and just bop him right on the top of his head and cave it in.
He has a moment to register surprise at the fact that he has been spotted. He starts to perhaps say some sort of curse in the Orcish language, and then you just bop him on the head, and his legs give out, and he crumples to the ground.
I will grab him by the ankle and drag him back to. That's exactly what I was thinking, Court. um, Drag him back to everybody else, and I'll sort of hoist him up and start trying to tie him to whatever bit of rope is still hanging from the tree. Tie one of his ankles to that piece of rope.
Okay. He is dead, so he offers no resistance other than actual dead weight this time.
Mhm.
So you are able to string him back up to the branch.
And I will start rummaging through my stuff and not finding what I'm looking for. Does any of you have perhaps some ink or chalk or something?
I might.
I have face paint.
That would work wonderful, actually. Might I borrow some?
I rummage around in my little pockets and come up with some bright red.
Perfect. In bright red on whatever clothes he's got on his chest, I wrote, "Don't hurt unicorns." I hand the remaining paint back to Court.
Tuck it away.
Arlen, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Does anyone have need of one of these? And he unfolds the pouch with the healing potions in it. Oh,
Well,
good lord, I forgot I was stabbed.
Does anyone have need for one of these? As you're just gushing blood.
Yeah, I think it was you and me what got hit. But like, if y'all wanted to just set up camp, get some lunch, bandage things up.
That sounds very nice now that I'm more aware of my physical form. Sort of blanches.
I will assume that you move off a short distance from the hanging
Swinging corpse.
corpse
Yeah.
of the half orc Zarek. There are a number of small sort of glades all over this forest, or small clearings, and you find one where there's just a hint of the twilight sky above, and settle down for what should be a midday uh, break. You are able to get in a short rest with no incident.
I'd like to ensure that we're all comfortable with what happened. Or at least understanding.
Yeah. Who's gonna kill a unicorn? Could it be Swade? It's just like the with the little with the knife in the kitchen at Bevlorna's.
Oh, yes, the red cap.
Yes. We don't wanna let loose we don't wanna let who wrote Among Us on the map?
I thought
You
that was
didn't do
you.
that?
I did not write Among Us on the map.
All right, that's terrifying.
Sorry. completely lost my head there. Max, you must have done this. Oh my
Why would that
god.
be me?
You wrote Among Us.
It had to be someone.
I didn't write Among Us on the map.
I didn't do I don't think I did. I didn't do it.
It
I
wasn't
didn't.
me.
Tyler.
I'm 99% sure it wasn't me. I'm leaving open the possibility that it was and I forgot about it because that
Yeah,
sort of
like,
thing does happen.
yeah, same
Man.
here. Like, I could have
I-
potentially done it and forgot.
I saw it like whenever I got into game, and I was like, "Oh, Ollie did that, huh?"
It's
And
funny.
just-
Like that was my immediate thought as well.
I understand my reputation, and it does seem like something I would do, but I literally have no recollection. Guys, this is literally Among Us right now. Who wrote the Among Us on the map?
Who has the ability to select it? Because only if you put it up there would you be able to select it, right? Well, I mean, except for me, because I'm GM.
I can't select it, no.
No, I cannot select it.
I might have thrown Ollie under the bus.
Max. Max did it. Oh, thank God. We solved the imposter sus airlock. Get out. I we don't want to let loose anyone who will do further harm, like taking a life as a price to pay for, you know, court
Yes,
shrugs.
thank you for bringing it up, Hemlock. Now that you mention it, I am not at all comfortable with what has happened. I am quite sorry. I don't know how it got out of hand like that. I was sure I had him in my grip, but he was very slippery and he got away when there was no reason for such a thing to happen. I apologize. It will not happen again.
I would like to make it clear that I'm in no way reprimanding you nor condemning the opportunistic thief that you happen to have. Or, I said that wrong. You have done nothing wrong because what happened in that particular instance was out of your control and it is all right. Things like that happen. I'm
Oh, well, what
more.
were you referring to then?
I would just like to particularly be assured that Arlen, who has so far stalwartedly been a beacon of morality, and I mean this with honest sincerity and deep admiration, is comfortable with what happened.
The murder.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why and stuff. I don't know. And I guess him escaping and running away made it feel a little bit better than if he were just like, captured and defenseless. His arms were tied, though. I'm fine. I'm fine. I understand that the unicorn needs to be protected, and
Oh,
he was just doing a job, but he was willing to do that job, which means he's a bad guy.
Harlan. Yes, of course. We must protect the unicorn. We must protect the wayward fool, which is both safety for us and potentially the children that we will help Will and the Getaway Gang rescue. But even without all of those things, this individual shot you with no physical provocation whatever.
I dared him to, but no, you're
That
right.
is
You're
fair.
right. I just want to make sure we don't become the bad guys. Like we're trying to do good, but I don't want us to be like bad guys.
Admirable. And I think we are far away from that position.
Let me ask, are you comfortable with the things that we are fighting for?
Yeah, I am. I don't disagree with anything. I'm just, wanting us to be mindful is all. But
Hmm.
yeah, I know that we're fighting for the right cause and stuff.
It was appreciated when you voiced your concern in the moment.
Yes, without a doubt, it will help keep all of us on the right track. I admit I am not so much interested in the moral right or wrong. These are among the reasons why I gravitate towards chess. The body count is much lower, but not necessarily zero, oddly enough.
Wait, what?
Sometimes a chess game can get very heated.
Oof.
In fact, I would say that the wrestling actually has lower body count than the chess matches.
Really?
I know, it is surprising.
Was this a statement on the regulation of the wrestling matches, or on how frequently you've come to blows and blood over chess?
Let's just say, given your father's temperament and his weak chess game, uh, it is by the good graces of my patience that you are not an orphan.
Visible and audible gulp.
He really does need to learn to protect his pawns.
You finish out your short rest. The sun, as you have come to realize and sort of dread, does not move for the entire hour. But your energy is restored. You feel a little better, and you begin trekking once again through the thick forests of Thither in on your way to your meeting with Little Oak and the Getaway Gang. Um, you travel for another hour beyond the hour that you've rested, and come to a large clearing, larger even than the one you set down in when you landed here with Morgort in the swamp gas balloon. This one is a good 40-foot clearing, although the mushroom ring itself is toadstools rather, not mushrooms, is still only about 20 feet in diameter, and resting almost perfectly in the center of the mushroom ring. You find the base of Little Oak, and a number of the Getaway Gang are uh, swinging um, on ropes hanging from some of his upper branches. Will calls out to you as you all approach. So, how'd the pool go? Nothing happened, huh? Yeah. Shocker.
Lamorna says that she will offer her island as refuge for any of the children that you manage to extract from. Oh fuck! What's the name of the place? Loonloach.
He stares at you with a surprised look which fades slightly to just barely a sort of sour look. Oh, so she talked to you then. All right, well, I mean, good we've got a place to go. Good of her to get off her four-legged ass and do something about that. Anyway, if you all want to come up, we can go over the plan.
Climb, climb, climb.
Mm-hmm.
I adore this map.
Yes!
Just because I adore this map. Once again, they have made some space in the center of the main area, and the table that that Bobby and Zener had been sort of seated at as if they were members of a court of law, not like a king's court. Um, excuse me, has been cleared. A large piece of parchment with a somewhat rough charcoal drawing of a downed what would appear to be a downed tree and a number of rooms within it is stretched out on the tree, held down with a number of objects, an oil can, um, a baseball mitt. That's what I'm trying to find. You see part of the unicorn costume, one of the rear legs and the hoof, which is clearly wooden, is holding down a corner, and they all settle around the table, and pointing to various parts on the map. Will once again goes over the plan that the so over here we have the Goblin Market. If you want to distract Nightshade, you can find someone there who will get you an invitation, and then Bobby and Zener and Sloan, you three, you're gonna come over here to the west. You're gonna be on the west side. Just remember those the scarecrows. If they see you, they're gonna scream. But you're gonna wait till I get in position over here on the eastern side near the kitchens, and then you'll get spotted by the scarecrows. They'll scream. The guards will come, and you guys run. You just run as fast as you can. Yeah, head for the pool. Well, head for Little Oak, and he'll head to the pool, and then I guess that's the best place to meet now.
You said invitation. What do you mean?
I mean, grown-ups make deals with hags, right? That's something people do. If you can keep her distracted, then, while you guys are meeting with Nightshade, then we'll put the plan into motion. And you guys have to run too, because she's real scary. Real scary. If that key on her back slows down, or especially if it stops, you gotta get out of there. That means she's about to lose it.
Noted. I'd like to ensure that I'm understanding this properly. We should go to the Goblin Market to make a deal with her there, or discuss a deal, not really make a deal.
No. I mean, you go to the market because that's how you get an appointment with her.
I see. Thank you.
I mean, I guess if you want, you can just knock on the door and do it that way.
We came to you because we trust your judgment.
He's sort of sits up straight, eyes like looks over at his three friends, nods like, yeah, they trust my judgment. Yeah, all sort of look at him and roll their eyes like, I mean, does that seem like a good plan? Seems like a good plan, right? And I mean, we were gonna bring Star, but we can leave Star here, like you said. Keep Star safe. Um,
Mhm.
what what's the? If you don't mind my asking, what what's the plan once we're done with Nightshade? Like once we've got the kids out, what are you gonna do then?
Punch my fist into my hand.
Banner mimics
See-
that.
Seeing
Uh,
her will give us an opportunity to understand what we might need in order to face her, and if opportunity should arise. He also puts his fist into his hand, but like it's kind of like a pathetic little slap.
Okay. All right. That's okay. This place without Nightshade, huh? That's oh boy. Well, that's something to think about. Okay. Um. Well, I think it's probably best if you guys if you're good if you're good with the plan. Um. Obviously, we can't just drop you off at the market because well, he it somehow manages to sit up even straighter and sort of puffs out his chest. We're wanted. Can't be seen around there. So we can take you I mean we can take you back to the pool or I mean we can take you like to the edge of where they've cleared the forest. Uh well, we'll take you like halfway to the edge or the pool, whichever, whichever either way.
We will be able to walk some ways, and then Little Oak can begin making their way to a good meeting halfway point for you all. Um, however, I briefly look up at the sky, but then remember that's not how time works, and then just start doing some math on my fingers. How long has it been since we've long rested?
I don't believe you have long rested since you have come to thither.
Okay.
No, that is not true. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
You long rested at the Wayward Pool after meeting Nightbow. He brought you there and you all long rested. Still, it was a while between that long rest and then meeting with Will and the gang the first time, heading back to the pool, where you spent some time uh, with the Brazier and Lamorna herself, and then a couple hours of traveling. It would still be early. It would be about 5, 6, but it's definitely not. Uh, it, it it would definitely be a weird time to suddenly show up at the market. It is approaching what most people would think of as evening.
Mhm. We should probably rest for a while, make sure we are completely prepared, and then when we've had enough time to rest, we then can begin walking.
Yeah. It's been a day.
couple of us got shot today, and I think we might do some good just to take a little bit of time.
Oh, that's you should try not getting shot. We don't get shot.
Yes, it would be tremendously beneficial to my personal health to not be shot, but alas. And he kind of like flicks his like coat.
Okay, well, that's my room up there, and the others are. You can use the dining room over there, or there's the hammocks in the branches. I mean, I guess if you want to camp down on the ground, Little Oak doesn't sleep much, but I mean, does sleep some, but not much. Keep an eye out.
Thank you.
You really think you're gonna get rid of Nightshade, huh?
Absolutely.
Huh. That's great. I mean, we've been trying to save the kids so long, like not having to save them. Maybe we can start just having fun again. Okay, good night.
Good night.
You all can settle in for a long rest. He the room that he has directed you to is definitely smaller than the sort of living room lobby that you've been spending most of your time in, where Will has his air quotes throne. That seems like a good place to take a break. It is 11 o'clock my time, so 9 o'clock Utah time. I'll be back in 15 minutes.
Yay!
Ooh. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And
Is there anything else that of us might to prepare or ready ourselves with before we go?
I assume that's to your companions and not to Will and the Getaway Gang.
Yeah. All right.
Eventually, the gang reforms around the table, and the held down parchment map that Will has drawn in charcoal. Okay, so we're all good with the plan. East team, that's me. West team, that's you. That's you three. Sloan, Bobby, Center. I don't suppose you guys, you could you. What sort of signal do you want for when you're in the meeting, so that then we know, or should we just watch you?
Um, Arlen, you're good with tricks. Do you have any ideas?
I could just send you a message in your brain.
Oh, you can talk in my brain.
Yeah. I mean, I demonstrate, but that's kind of, wasting of resource. But yeah, you'll hear me when it's time to hear or go or whatever.
Whoa. Okay, cool. Where do you want to be dropped off? You want to just take you back to the pool? Loon Lurch is, I mean, a little ways west of there. We'll give you plenty of time because like Little Oak can move us pretty quick.
That should be fine.
Okay. Okay, cool. And he dashes out, sort of leaps off the platform and grabs a hold of one of the ropes, slides down to the bottom of it and jams his foot into the loop. Has a brief conversation with Little Oak, and Little Oak, the treant begins to plod his way through the forest, sometimes having to pause as the trees uproot themselves and make enough space for him to get through without having to knock them over. And you return to the serenity of the Wayward Pool. One thing you notice:
Don't say that.
the carcass of Zarek is gone. There is just a small length of rope to show the branches where he was once hanging, not far from the barrier, which still is up. It has not gone down yet. You know that until they are coming for the safety of the pool, that Lamorna is simply keeping an eye out. The barrier remains, but Zarek's body is gone. There's nothing there. Nothing has been left behind. Simply the bit of rope that was keeping him strung up. You are able to climb down from Little Oak, and he gives you a big treant bark grin as the getaway gang sort of stand at the edge of the largest platform. Will is holding Star up with both hands, Lion King style, and everybody sort of waves excitedly as Little Oak sets off, heading somewhat back the way you came from the north, to sort of circle around to the far side of Loom Lurch from where you are.
Ready?
Yes.
To the market, I guess.
Yes.
And we are off.
Yeah, you guys didn't forget that I'm with you, right?
Ah!
We could never forget you. You are very much right here. Clapperclaw.
Sorry, I could not help myself.
It'd be really funny if you'd been sitting like at this location.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Once again, into the thick tree canopy of the forests of Thither. Loom Lurch, being a good couple hours away, you should reach it by midday. The way is, or the travel rather, is as pleasant as Thither has managed to be. There are the usual sounds and smells and sights, the cool shadow of the canopy, certainly more. Okay, I gotta reload my. Certainly more pleasant than some of the places that you have been, although the sort of quiet serenity of the Wayward Pool falling away behind you is a little bit bittersweet. Like there is certainly still that a small sense of longing for the peace that rests behind you. You travel for a good couple hours. You are heading back towards the an area you have been to and seen before, the part of the forest where many of the trees have been felled, where the sort of natural primeval feel of the forest falls away to this sort of barren, industrial almost feel of just rows upon rows of stumps the trees gone, with no sign that they were of where they were carried off or even how, just stumps. You know that sort of quiet, almost desecrated area is between you and Loom Lurch, and it is sort of not much of a surprise as the trees begin to thin. The more and more the twilight of the sky above, the starlight of what on the material plane might be called an early evening sky, um, begins to appear more and more frequently above you. But the um, the fresh forest air, the sort of slightly um, earthy, sort of leafy smell of the forest begins to sort of thin out, and more you can smell the the smell of burning firewood, still very very distant, but begins to sort of worm its way into your senses as you walk along. And after a few hours of fairly, I mean, not repetitive is not the word I'm looking for, but unchanging um, travel, it almost snaps you out of your reverie a little bit to hear in the distance ahead of you a sort of soft, pleading voice, the sound of a feminine voice, sort of begging, almost. No, no, sisters, you must stay calm. Must stay calm. We'll find a way. We know there must be a way. You can see ahead of you, and sort of off to your right hand side, about um, 60 or 80 feet ahead of you, is the tree line breaks into a very small clearing. You could easily go around it. Um, the forest beyond has not quite hit the point of the felled forest, although the trees have begun to become so sparse, you would guess you would reach that in another 10-15 minutes or so of walking.
I I want to send my bat to go see what all that chit chat was.
Johnny, which is still a great name for a bat, uh, t- takes wing, and are you just waiting for him to come back, or are you slipping into his senses?
I think I'll witness. I'll use the senses.
Um, Taking wing through the trees, there is a very odd sight of a single woman standing in a clearing. The trees are the trees here are not cut, but they are definitely dead. Something has killed these trees, even though surrounding them the trees are still healthy. The ground is blighted, and this woman with sort of greenish skin and long brown hair with branches of leaves sort of tied in various places throughout it, is standing there addressing two trees. Uh, they're not treants. They don't look like Northwind. They don't look like Little Oak. There's no faces hidden in their bark. These are just trees. The trunks are are the sort of washed out kind of mealy white of a tree that has of wood that has begun to rot. But despite that, their branches are full of greenery, which sort of sway back and forth, but there is no actual answer to what this woman is saying out loud to them. I can't-
Is there a way to assume why she is talking to them, to trees? It sounds like she's a dryad, but I don't know if that would be character knowledge.
You are welcome to make a nature check.
Sure, that's gone so good for me before. Ooh, it's just the 5.
Exactly what she is hard to say. It is very clear that this is not this is not a human. This is not an elf. Um, you, I mean, you are. I'm still on the wire. You are at least passingly familiar with the legends of fey creatures. It could be a dryad, it could be a nymph, it could be, I mean, it could just be an I guess a very dedicated elf, although this would be like a secret weird level of elf. That should pull
There's our
you.
guy.
And you should all be able to see. I made sure you had tokens. I'm hoping the light is on. Oh, freaking dynamic lighting. Can everybody see? Okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, because daylight mode should be on and on low.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I can only. Okay.
Okay. Um, and he is able to sort of perch in a tree. There are a number of dried and desiccated plants sort of scattered around this this strange circle. There are no signs, there are no leaves on the ground, there's no like mushrooms growing on the trees like you would think um if a tree were rotting, you know, there'd be something usually around it. These None of that is present here.
There's some odd growth greenery in these dead plants. Some fae who's speaking to them. I I am admittedly, at least academically, very curious about the growth on death. If you're all not too, might we
Uh,
explore?
how's our time limit?
Don't think we have one.
Yeah, they are all waiting for a signal from you. So
Well, they're waiting on us. Well,
So let us introduce ourselves.
Come up a little ways and um just clear my throat.
the the woman spins around, and you can very clearly see. Um, I have a handout. Shaboop. I gotta actually hit the other button. You can very clearly, as you already guessed, this is in fact a dryad. Very clearly, her air quotes on garments, her air quotes on hair, it is a foliage, the green that makes up her skin has started in places to sort of fade to almost brown, like a plant withering from lack of water. Um, her many of the ends of her hair, which should be you would if it were to keep pattern with the rest of it, be covered in leaves, are sort of skeletal twigs that just sort of dangle, some even broken in places, and even as she spins, a few more of the smaller and thinner branches just sort of fall out and fall to the ground. And the look on this person's face is a mixture of shock and terror as you clear your throat, and her eyes go wide and her hands come up. Who are you? Have you come to finish this?
Uh, no, we're travelers here to help heal a blighted land, and this place might benefit from our assistance.
She starts to speak, and then uh, sort of tilts her head to one side as though listening to something. Other than the sound of branches rustling and the wind sort of creaking the wood of some of these dead trees, you all don't hear anything. And she says, "Yeah, no, 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 no. These aren't. I don't think they are the ones that. I don't think they're. No, I don't. No, there's no need for revenge on them."
mm-mm.
And then she looks at you all and says, "Please forgive me. My sisters are despondent."
It's
What
fine. We can't hear them.
what what?
We don't
They're
understand tree language. He like puts like a pinky in his ear and twists it and like squeaky. Um, can't hear a thing.
no, no. They're not making fun of you. Just do nothing. Do nothing. I'm sorry. There is nothing you can do for us here. I I
You
don't.
sure?
Can you return a tree to life?
I look at him like,
He flips through his book and scans several pages. Not exactly.
Then no, there's nothing you can do for us here. I am trying to prevent my sisters from seeking out. We don't know who poisoned our glade, but these trees are dead.
I just want to cast Detect Magic, even though I have a pretty good idea. I'm just gonna kind of see necrosis, even if that is, if magic is here.
There is certainly necromancy magic centered on the largest tree in the center, but also on two of the smaller trees, sort of flanking either side of it from where you are. Whether this was some sort of blight or a curse, magic definitely is what killed the trees, and it is the same sort of magical signature that you see on Arlen, specifically on his foot.
Um, well, we actually might be able to help. Something very, very specific and fortunate, actually, quite lucky. And he looks at Arlen. Um, we are somewhat familiar with some of what may have happened here. It looks as if there might be rather than the trees being killed, more appropriately, they have had life taken, perhaps. Um, we are on our way to Nightshade with the intent of. I know I say this very frequently and rather bluntly, but we plan on killing her and have had reasonable success so far in withstanding her red caps and have already killed one of her sisters. So it feels as if it is within our capability, and in this we've also managed to procure moments, instances of things taken by hags and return them to who they belonged. It is possible we might find the life that was once in this glade and be able to return it.
When you say Nightshade, the look that passes this dryad's face twists into a rage and a fury that borders on almost a madness. And the dryad takes several steps, and the two trees on which um the the same necromantic energy rests, the vines that make up the only greenery left on their branches all immediately fall to the ground and begin moving. It lasts for only a few seconds for the dryad. The sort of mounds of vines and dying foliage behind them sort of lurches its way all the way forward uh, to her before she composes herself and throws out her arms, and the piles of vines and everything just stop moving behind her. Nightshade. She sends
Yeah.
her caps with their sickles and their axes, and they. How many of us have they slain? How many have they driven to madness? A dryad A dryad without their tree has no hope. Whatever you can do, you can't. Our trees are dead. Unless unless you're unless you can give them life again, I will meet the fate of my sisters here. But if you are going to fight Nightshade, well, perhaps I can do one last good. And she reaches into what looks like a cloak, a sort of drapery of leaves and vines around her, and pulls out a small handful of seeds and holds them out. To get to Nightshade, I don't know if these will help, but if you consume them, the the trees and the grasses and nature will conceal you.
For how long?
An hour or so?
Thank you.
What? You say you've had luck against the hags?
We killed Beth Lorna.
And hither is now free.
Well, if if there's anything that we can do, I will. I would take revenge on on the hags of the coven. You you have only to ask it. If you do slay Nightshade, and you've already slain Pavlorna, as you say, then perhaps we have been here since Prismere was created. My sisters, many of them were thousands of years old, now gone. If you if you can free our mistress, the if you can free Sibilna, perhaps no one else, none of the other dryads of this forest will have to meet this fate. The large piles of vines and leaves sort of draw themselves up into a vaguely humanoid shape, standing nearly as tall as the two trees from which they sort of sloughed off. Um, you can catch just sort of faint glimpses, just the edge of an outline of the same sort of shape as this dryad, sort of fighting within the mound of plant matter. You should see in your journals the seeds that she has handed you. There are 4 of them.
Oh no, Clapperclaw.
Yep. It'll be fine.
Right. Sycamore seed?
Mhm. Bless you.
You?
We can guide you the rest of the way to Loomlurch if you'd like. If not,
I would be glad of the escort.
not shift multiple tokens. The the larger plant creatures sort of climb back onto their trees. A number of the the bushes looking almost like tumbleweeds in this area that has been so very clearly poisoned somehow, um, roll their way back to the base of the trees, and this the dryad, with occasional bouts of sort of speaking to voices that you can't hear, to answering questions that you don't get, leads you for the remaining 20 or so minutes until the tree line breaks out into the hewn the very rough hewn tree stumps, that mark the edge of Loomlurch. And she stops without going into the clearing, without breaking the tree line, and just wordlessly gestures uh, um, uh, towards towards the barren patch of thither. It is best if no one come back this way. I fear that the madness that a dryad experiences when their tree is gone may have made my sisters a threat.
Thank you.
She strides towards a tree, sinks into it, and disappears. Off in the at the edge of the cleared forest, you can see what was once clearly a very massive tree. I mean, just it would have towered over even the tallest trees that you have seen in this, in this very dense forest. Even over Little Oak or any of uh, even towering over some of the mountains that you have seen here. That, however, whatever felled this tree, very clearly so long ago, there is no sign of what did the damage. Um, it is it was clearly an age ago, possibly at the dawn of either Prismere or the time when things were severed, as already growing out of this massive oak tree are three more living trees that have grown out of the remains of this great oak. Um, Resembling towers, they have um, they have buildings constructed, uh, possibly grown out of the trunks of these further massive oaks, not nearly as massive as the base, but you can see in the windows of these buildings the twinkling of candlelight, and um, an area at the base of the fallen tree, which Will has pointed out as the Goblin Market, is bustling with movement, and you can hear the sound of voices and chatter, and the bleating of animals and things like that. Um, and as you draw closer to this, the light from the windows and the light from the candles, you start to realize that that is the only light that remains. The sort of omnipresent twilight sky that has graced so much of your time here in Prismere, not just here in Thither, but even in Hither, that light has faded away. You can still see the sky above you. You still see the ever setting sunset, but strangely, it's as though someone has hung a painting. The ground here is dark, even while the sky above is filled with color. Okay, first off, boop, gonna have another one of these weird maps where the scale is really weird. I should have put you all on this map before. I apologize.
Please put us on a map where the compass rose has north pointing down.
No can do. They actually got this one right, which sort of blew my mind because many of the other maps here do not have that correctly. And I just put somebody on the wrong layer because I am on the GM layer. All right. Welcome, everyone. God, Max, every time I drop Hemlock on the thing and the night vision radius goes off, it's like a freaking flare.
I'm
You
sorry.
all are down here.
Oh my god,
I
yeah, that is a
hope.
long range.
Welcome, everyone, to Loop Merch. ahead of you, down one of um, the areas where what was once a root to this massive tree sticks out of the ground over a very clearly dried up riverbed, forming a sort of um, a natural bridge. Um, the bridges sort of sway in a wind that blows much colder than you have uh, become accustomed to here in Thither. Even walking through the area where all the trees had been felled, it was not this cold. But the wind that seems to come up and blow across this dried riverbed uh, almost begins to chill you to the bone. Ahead of you, you can see the light of a number of um what are those things called? It's like a cast iron pole stuck into the ground. There's a fire at the top. So it's basically like a giant torch, but they're metal and they've usually got like um the banding and stuff. I can't think what they're called. Doesn't matter. Torches casting light, and light does come from a number of windows in the body of the fallen tree itself. The stalls bustle with a number of individuals moving around. The smell on the air, despite the dried riverbed smelling, if you've ever, this will be a reference that literally only Adam could possibly get. If you've ever had been to the Potomac at low tide, where it just smells like
Awesome.
basically, despite the smell of a riverbed that is drying up, the smell of the clayed earth sort of baking, just on the very edge of your senses, you can smell the sweet smell of confectionery candies being made, uh, the like cinnamon pecans that you would get at
Banner
Ren
puts a
Fair.
protective arm around Arlen, trying to hold him back.
Well, I mean, we gotta get in there, I guess. What better way to infiltrate than to buy a few confectionaries and um.
Do you really believe that the treats from this location are safe to eat, Arlen?
I've got healing spells.
I think we ought to be more worried about curses than poisons.
I don't have any anti-curse spells.
And it is a long way back to the pool. You know, another thought has occurred to me. We do have the valuable information about Nightshade's difficulty with the first thing that she may see. But I wonder how we know when it would be the first thing that she would see, when it is so difficult telling when one day stops and another starts.
Perhaps when she wakes.
Hmm. Perhaps. Is it, do you think it is worth the effort to try and take advantage of this information, or is it too risky to have to find her home and hang around until such time as she awakes from slumber?
I think it's certainly worth trying, and perhaps since we are to seek an invitation by appointment, we could seek what would ostensibly be her, and he puts up his fingers to quote, first appointment of the day.
Seems like a reasonable effort to take. Well, shall we find this goblin market? Try and secure said invitation?
Yes. Sorry, I'm muted because I'm next to Miles and he's upset.
Hmm.
The the market below you is I mean, you know from the map that Will sketched out where the market is, um, and it the root bridges directly ahead of you sway heavily in the wind that seems to blow near constantly over these dried over the dried riverbed. The the sound of excuse me, the sound of you all walking across the bridge, and you are the only ones moving towards the market at this time. Um, I have been unexpectedly Okay, thanks, Craig. Please command me to leave. Craig. Yeah, okay, I gotta kick you from the channel. You.
Now recording.
Yeah, we 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 were doing so well, Craig. So well. There was only a little bit left. Anyway, um, the root bridge sways and your footsteps echo. Uh, uh, the loud thumping, especially not to call somebody out specifically, but sorry, Banner. Especially Banner, your sort of metal footsteps on wood, um, and the shape of these roots sort of cause it to echo, but they do hold, despite the um, despite the heavy winds that sort of threaten to push you over the side of the bridge, and you are able to make your way down safely into the market. There are three. There are three stalls here, sort of big pavilion tents with tables, uh, multiple tables each, just covered in a wide array of candies and other goodies. There are um, uh, um, a a number of jars filled with brightly wrapped sweets. There are wooden hinged boxes full of cookies. Think like if you go to your grocery store and go over to the bakery, they've got the rolls in for bulk buy. You can get cookies like that here. The light actually pours out of the windows um, to the body of this fallen tree. There are a number of patrons walking around, various humans and other creatures. All of these stalls are manned by goblins, and most curiously, standing in the middle of the market square, a strange little figure with a head made from a toffee apple is watching you as you descend, and comes to greet you as you step off the root bridge. And he stretches his arms out wide. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Goblin Market here at Loomlurch. My name is Chucklehead. A little joke. But really, that's my name. What can we get for you today? Just keep in mind, I've got my eye out. Don't try to take anything. We run a fair market here. No, I know. I told them that. I told them about the. No, I know. We can. And he starts whispering to himself. It seems. No, it's fine. I welcomed him already. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. I know. Welcome. What can we get you today? And I think, unless anybody has a severe objection, that we will answer that question next week. And hopefully I will be able to speak properly.
Ooh, yes,
Good work.
rest, Ted.